Hello, this is Digital Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibbler, and thanks for joining us wherever you are. We appreciate it. It's now time for Tech Briefs, where we break down some of the biggest stories in tech for you and try to make sense of it all. And this segment is presented by Samsung Galaxy 5G. Feels good to be first, and I've got a special guest co-host with us today, and that is Pavi Dinamani. You know Pavi from Digital Trends, but Pavi, hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How's it going out there in Portland?
It is going well. Excited to talk about some tech, and let's do this right now. Certainly something that a lot of people are doing, especially during what's been going on, and that is gaming. Gaming is huge, and it's only going to get bigger, and one of the great things about it is that with speeds that 5G can provide, it's going to get even better, and that's what we kind of want to get into here. So things like the Samsung Galaxy 5G, which allows for really fast streaming of gaming, and some of the really big benefits that come from that are things like low latency. And I know that you want to talk a little bit about that too.
Absolutely. I mean, think about this with quarantine and the pandemic. This is actually some good news coming out of it because we're spending so much time on our phones, streaming videos and gaming, and having access to Samsung Galaxy 5G devices that actually stream on 5G. Streaming is going to be smoother than ever, and you don't even have to wait for the content to upload or even load. This is incredible because low latency means faster responses than traditional 4G network or even like your Wi-Fi. So I feel like low latency and quick load times sign me up.
Right? And that's one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to gaming, because I do game, but I get so tired of waiting for content to load, and that's why I'm really excited for speeds like 5G. And the other thing, too, is low lag. So when you're playing a game, and I don't know if this has happened to you, where you're playing and all of a sudden your character stutters, or you're trying to go in for some move on somebody, and then it drops out. That's something that 5G can help change, and in particular, the ability to do it on mobile as well. With reliable speeds like that 5G can bring, you won't have so many issues with that. That's why it's so exciting when it comes down to that. When it comes down to playing on 5G and being able to stream your games pretty much anywhere you want.
Absolutely. And speaking of streaming anywhere you want, this is essentially gaming on the go. How cool is that? Like, it's gaming untethered. You can stream over a 5G connection with your Samsung Galaxy 5G device. Means you can play anywhere on the go, play your console games from anywhere on your phone. This is definitely incredible in terms of technology moving forward, especially with quarantining and things like that. You can actually, wherever you are, even if you get away for a little while, you still can stream, and you can use devices like the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G or the new Samsung Galaxy A71 5G. It basically, Samsung offers a variety of range of options that support 5G. So civilians like Gregory, you and me, we can be amongst the first of people to actually experience the next generation of mobile connectivity. Essentially like a
Yeah,
like a
and
yeah.
yeah, I mean it's exciting. I want to be one of the first. And with that, talking about right. Well, talking about the mobile side of things too, and being able to do that, it's going to open up a lot of possibilities and a lot of different experiences that people may not have had before, and that's that high quality gaming on mobile, on the devices like you were just talking about on phones, and even talking about virtual reality and even 8K gaming. These are all things that can come with 5G, like Samsung Galaxy 5G, and those devices that you mentioned, the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G, or even the Samsung Galaxy A71 5G, both devices that you'll be able to do that on. It's really, really exciting to see where this is all going for gaming. All right, continuing on here with Digital Trends Live and Tech Briefs, let's talk about another couple of big topics this week, and one of them being Uber buying Postmates, kind of changing up the game of food delivery. I don't know about you, but I have ordered a lot of food online. It sounds like a lot of other people have been too, and these companies are noticing and they want to try to consolidate a little bit. So right now you've got, going through them, it's DoorDash is number one here in the US, now Uber/Postmates number two, and then you've got Grubhub and Just Eat Takeaway coming in there at the end. I mean, it's a pretty big deal seeing some of this consolidation, just seeing how it's changing up what we're doing. And I know there's some numbers that have come out too, just talking about how many people are ordering online.
Yeah. Uber purchased Postmates for an estimated $2.65 billion. And honestly, that's That's good business. I mean, they did what they had to do because it's a strategic move. Because think about it, we've all stopped rideshare. We weren't using that many like Uber lifts for a while, and rideshare for Uber went down by 80%, and their food delivery went up by 50%. So that's a strategic move on their part, and it makes sense when you think about it that you might as well like expand your database and things like that. But I'm curious to see what that consolidation would look like actually.
Yeah, and how it's all going to shake out because with this, you've got, like you said, Instacart, is another way that they're going to be going towards things too, like trying to
Right.
have some competition with that and where those numbers are and just how many people are actually ordering online. It's going to be a big change. And I think we're going to see a lot of those changes coming up as these
Yeah.
companies start to battle each other because you've got Grubhub was actually purchased by Just Eat Takeaway, which may not be well known in the United States, but it's really the second biggest food delivery service in the world, outside of China. And so they're going to be teaming up to try to take on the U.S. market with Grubhub. And, then you've got cities, how they're going to be handling things too. There's different ordinances that have been coming in because these delivery services are becoming so
Oh,
powerful, and especially with a lot of quarantine. People can't eat in restaurants in a lot of places. So it's a pretty big deal. So definitely something to follow along with. And I encourage everybody to go to digitaltrends.com and stay up to date with what's happening. But certainly a big move this week by Uber. And we've got one other topic here for everybody for Tech Briefs, and that is this. We talked about food delivery, but something else everybody's doing is streaming television and movies and entertainment. And Disney Plus had a big week, which I'm wondering if it's going to be a sign for some other streaming services. So Disney Plus releasing Hamilton on July 3rd. You probably could not avoid that news that Hamilton was released on Disney Plus, and everywhere everybody was talking about this. They moved it up from October 15th, 2021 was the original release date, moving it to July 3rd, 2020. And Disney Plus has had some pretty big success with this release.
yeah. How's Disney doing? Said no one ever this past weekend, just because it's definitely a genius move to have this. First of all, it's great to have access to live theater, even though this isn't necessarily the best experience to be live theater. It's kind of a cross between a movie and that. But definitely a good move by Disney to remove all the free trials and have people purchase it for this past weekend. The numbers were incredible because from just this past weekend of Friday through Sunday, Disney Plus, the app, was downloaded more than 752,000 times globally. And just in the US, it's about 459,000 plus times it was just downloaded this past weekend. And that's analytics firm Aptopia's information. So you can imagine it's only going up, especially with the hype and people talking about it. I haven't watched it personally. I still want to, but just because of these numbers, I'm like falling into that mob mentality. I have to watch this. I need to know how it
Right?
is, and it's amazing because I've always tried to get access to watching Hamilton in general. But this is great. This is access on my doorstep for an affordable
Yeah.
price.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say I've finally watched it, and I have had this soundtrack stuck in my head all week. I've probably listened to it over and over. I mean, it is good. But
Yeah.
looking at it from there too, and seeing what Disney Plus did, releasing this that early and putting out their, a big player out there just to get those numbers, and it worked. So you have to wonder if other streaming services who are buying up all this content, if they're going to start doing some of the same thing. And I'm curious, going down the road, there's a lot of movies that aren't getting released into theaters, and if
Right.
that continues, will we see some of that finally shift, to go to some of these apps? It'll be
I think
interesting to
it's
see how it all
smart
works out.
move. Exactly. It's pretty much just like a no-brainer at this point because we don't know where the end is in sight. I don't see movie theaters opening up or even Broadway musicals opening up in the near future. It would be kind of dumb not to go that way, and that's. It seems like it's a
Yeah,
genius move.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all ends up. But again, that's somehow we've already run out of our time. So this is what we do here every week, though, for Tech Briefs. I know, and I thank everybody for joining us. So again, we are a podcast. You can download that podcast wherever you get your podcasts at, and tune in every week. And Pavi, thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you. Always pleasure. Bye.